Born around 173 AD in a humble village in Thrace, the man who would become Emperor Maximinus THRAX was a figure of both legend and controversy. His origins stood in stark contrast to the sophisticated and aristocratic lineage of earlier emperors. Descriptions of his life paint him as a man of extraordinary physical stature and strength. The Historia Augusta, although prone to exaggeration, claims he stood over 8 feet tall, a claim likely fictional but reflective of the aura of might that surrounded him. Maximinus was of barbarian descent, possibly of Gothic or Alanic ancestry. His rise from obscurity began in the Roman military, where his sheer physical prowess and unyielding determination set him apart. He first attracted the attention of Emperor Septimius Severus, who was said to be impressed by Maximinus's ability to outlast other soldiers in feats of strength. This began his steady climb through the ranks of the Roman army. During the reign of Alexander Severus, Maximinus reached the pinnacle of his military career. As an officer, he was tasked with maintaining discipline in the legions and securing Rome's volatile frontiers. His loyalty to the empire was unwavering, but it was his disdain for perceived weakness that defined him. Alexander Severus's cautious approach to warfare, especially during campaigns against the Germanic tribes, alienated many soldiers, Maximinus among them. The emperor's decision to negotiate peace rather than engage in open battle sparked discontent among the ranks, creating an opportunity for the ambitious general. By 235 AD, the simmering unrest within the military boiled over. During a campaign along the Rhine, the soldiers mutinied, assassinating Alexander Severus and proclaiming Maximinus THRAX as emperor. This event marked a significant turning point in Roman history. Maximinus was the first emperor to rise solely through the ranks of the military without any prior senatorial or aristocratic background. His ascension represented a seismic shift, with power now firmly in the hands of the legions. Maximinus's reign began amidst chaos, and his administration reflected his military origins. He immediately set about fortifying Rome's frontiers, launching aggressive campaigns against the Germanic tribes. Unlike his predecessor, Maximinus believed in decisive action. He led his troops personally into battle, earning their respect and solidifying his reputation as a soldier emperor. However, his reign was marred by brutality and alienation. Lacking senatorial support, Maximinus relied on heavy taxation to fund his military campaigns. His methods were ruthless, and his disregard for the traditional structures of Roman governance alienated the Senate. To the aristocracy, Maximinus was a usurper, a barbarian unfit to rule. He further antagonized them by executing perceived enemies without trial, including prominent senators and wealthy citizens accused of treason. Despite his military successes, Maximinus's unrelenting focus on war left the empire vulnerable to internal strife. The strain of constant campaigns and exorbitant taxes bred resentment among the provinces. His failure to cultivate support outside the military would ultimately sow the seeds of his downfall. The breaking point came in 238 AD, known as the Year of the Six Emperors. Discontent erupted in North Africa, where landowners in the province of Africa Proconsularis rebelled against Maximinus's oppressive taxation. They proclaimed 2 senators, Gordian I and Gordian II, as co-emperors. Although their rebellion was short-lived, both men met their demise within weeks. It sparked a broader revolt. The Senate, emboldened by the uprising, declared Maximinus an enemy of the state and aligned itself with new claimants to the throne. Amid the chaos, Maximinus marched on Rome to quash the rebellion. His approach was marked by relentless determination, but as his forces besieged the city of Aquileia in northern Italy, his fortunes took a dire turn. The people of Aquileia resisted fiercely, delaying Maximinus's advance. Meanwhile, his troops, exhausted and demoralized, grew increasingly disillusioned. Supplies dwindled, and rumors of further uprisings spread. The final blow came when members of his own army, swayed by promises from the Senate and their growing dissatisfaction with his leadership, turned against him. In May 238 AD, Maximinus THRAX and his son Maximus were assassinated by their own soldiers. Their heads were sent to Rome as trophies, signaling the end of Maximinus's tumultuous reign. Maximinus THRAX's rise and fall embody the volatility of the 3rd century Roman Empire. His ascension marked a shift in imperial power dynamics, where the military dictated the fate of emperors. His reign was brief, lasting just 3 years, but it set a precedent for the crisis of the 3rd century, a period of relentless instability and civil war. While his physical strength and military prowess earned him the loyalty of the legions, Maximinus's failure to balance martial vigor with political acumen proved fatal. He alienated the Senate, overburdened the provinces, and underestimated the power of rebellion. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of ruling through fear and force alone. Yet Maximinus's life is also a testament to the possibilities of social mobility within the Roman Empire. From humble beginnings, he rose to the highest office through sheer determination and ability. In his ascent, he challenged the entrenched hierarchies of Rome, leaving a legacy that resonated long after his death.